We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristen knows blank.
Welcome back to the Kristin Knows Blank podcast. My guest this week was one of Sam Kinnison's outlaws of comedy. You might have seen him on King of Queens, Entourage. I've known him for 20 years now. Jimmy Shubert's going to be on the podcast today talking about, well, we'll get to that. Before we do, I just want to thank you for listening or watching this podcast. However you're listening or watching, please take a second to like, follow, and subscribe. There's going to be a little button. However you're watching or listening, just push that button and see what happens. You might find inner peace. Hi, I'm Kristin Key. I'm the host of this crazy mess. You can find me through my website, KristinKey.com. Go there, find all my social media, friend me, follow me, watch my videos. I have some memes. I also have a Patreon. That's how you support this and all my shows. It's really fun. There's merch, game nights, exclusive content, so join the Patreon. And last but not least, I'm on Cameo. So if you want to give a unique gift, I write songs for everybody that gets a cameo. So my guest this week is a hilarious comedian. He was one of the first headliners I ever opened for. I've seen him in the movie Go, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I've seen him on tons of TV shows, but more importantly, he's just a phenomenal comic and a great guy. Hey, computer lady, play that interview with Jimmy Shubert.
Playing interview with Jimmy Shubert.
Yeah, you got me? Check one, two. There we go.
I got you. Jimmy, thank you so much for coming on today.
Hey, Chris, it's great to see you, man.
Oh my God, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
You don't ever think that, a pandemic could happen and you won't see people for a year and a half.
That's why I started this. I started this because I was lonely. And it was like, it started as just the Mad Lib. And I would just invite comics and just play a Mad Lib with me on a Zoom because I just wanted, we ended up hanging out. So it turned into a show. But it was like, I needed a friend because it was just me and my wife and I love her. But I needed comedians in my life. I didn't know how much I missed comics. And so
yeah,
that's
the thing I miss. The Comedy Store, I was just out there and, they got their own struggles and stuff. And so, but I miss hanging out with comics. I love comics. They're some of my favorite people because they're the most, some of the most intelligent, aware, in tune people that, you can't do this if you're an idiot. I guess you could if you really worked at it. But no, I just find comedians to be great. They don't get upset at anything. You can almost say anything to a comedian and they laugh with you. They don't ever get upset. And you can't really do that with civilians. Clearly, you'll get canceled.
Right.
Because that's just, oh, you will never be able to work. We should banish him from society because he said something on a tweet. I mean, I don't even think these people realize how ridiculous they sound. I was following you back. I guess you were supposed to do Brad Garrett's at the beginning, but you got stuck on a quarantine. You had to quarantine on a cruise ship. And
I did. Yeah.
Back at the beginning of COVID.
Yep.
I, like a jackass, I was flying into Korea, like the March 2nd to the 9th. I had to fly to Korea to tape something. I was working on a TV show, believe it or not. It was the second season, and they needed me to go over there and do that. But I was following your drama online, and you got stuck, and you were quarantined on a cruise ship. It was like, and then you made it out, and then you were getting ready to go to Brad Garrett's. And it's been a crazy about a year and a half. So
what do you do? What are you going to do about it? Yeah. I mean, I got off the ship. I'm about to go on another one, first ship since that. And everybody's like, why would you go there? I'm like, what could possibly be any worse than last time? So.
Yeah. Well, look, we just want to work, most of the, I'm a real comedian. I mean, I'm lucky I've done some acting stuff, but for me, doing stand-up is like breathing air. Like, I love being on stage and I love performing for people. So for me, and for not being able to do that for like a year and a half, it was affecting my mental state. And I was living in Los Angeles, but this year I got out. I couldn't take it. I just said, I got to get out of here. I got to go do what I need to do because I wasn't good for my mental well-being, just being locked down. And I'm going to go. Just like I lost like 6 friends, people that I know that have passed away, and some a couple of COVID. One was a heart attack. The guy was like an OD. My other buddy died of colon cancer. I mean, it was just it was just a tough year. And like guys I know for 30 years, like Carl LeBeau and Mitch Walters.
That was tough.
And Fez Watley, a guy I knew through Ron Bennington. We did the Disciples of Comedy. He just passed away, and I just man, I'm just done. I'm just I don't care about, look, I love doing stand-up comedy. I don't care about show business anymore. I just want to go live my life. I want to play golf. I want to do my yoga. I want to work out 3 times a week. I want to eat healthy. I want to cook food. I want to read my books and and work and I'm going to do the things that feed my soul anymore.
That's amazing. You know what? That's such a different Jimmy Shubert than the one I met in, I would say 2000, I think we met.
Yeah.
What a different guy back then. I don't think you were doing yoga back then at all.
No, I wasn't. I was not. And of course, listen, the great thing is that we all, what would be embarrassing is if I was still that guy. That would be embarrassing. I'm not that guy anymore. But I just started doing this meditative yoga. It's called Raja Yoga, which means royal yoga. And basically, it's a guided meditation with movement and holding some of these positions. And it's in a hot room. And I'm drenched. But that started with that, and that's kind of and it's transformative. That meditation and you embracing and just that self-love, so freaking important. I mean, for years I've abused myself and neglected myself and didn't put myself first, traveling around this country and dragging suitcases to airports, hanging out with the drunk people and smoky nightclubs. And now I'm not, I still love making people laugh, but I'm just kind of over all the bullshit, the immensity of the fun I could give about half of all this stuff, really. I don't care about professional sports anymore. I just don't. I don't care about any of that. I care about, just being happy. I want to be happy, man. And I know that's an inside job and it starts with me, but that's what I really want. And I've been doing some writing and, it's really kind of affected my stand-up in a way because I'm usually like, I'll tell you another thing that pisses me off. But now I'm just kind of like, I'm good, man. I'm centered.
I gotta tell you, there's a memory of you I have, and this was back when we knew each other in Amarillo, Texas. You would come through, and one night on stage, you got so pissed off at the audience that you took your sock off and you did Stinky the sock puppet.
Stinky sock puppet.
Stinky the sock, and I think you beat the mic stand with your belt. You were so upset with the audience that it was a.
Look, I've done a lot of things over the years, but that's funny. Stinky the puppet, I would do that. Like if an audience was bad, I would go, "What'd you think you would have seen tonight? A puppet show?" I'd pull my sneaker off and I'd rip my sock off. I'd put my sock in my hand. I'd start arguing with my puppet. And I go, "Oh, you think the world would be a much nicer place if ventriloquists could just get along with the dummies?" And then I'd go back and forth with the puppet. And, crazy times call for crazy measures. But I was a different guy back then. And back then, our friend Kelly Moran, who was somebody I met at the Comedy Store and one of my favorite people to hang out with, has passed away. He died of a drug overdose. But I loved Kelly and I loved, his brother Kevin and that whole time there. And just, it's amazing, man. I continually, like the first thing as soon as I get up in the morning is I'll say some prayers. Sometimes I'll do a full rosary, depending what the deal is. I then, if I'm up at like 5:30 sometimes. I get up, I go to the beach, I'll watch the sun come up, I'll head to the gym, I'll do 30 minutes of cardio, I'll start working with my trainer, and then I come home for about an hour 15, and then I go to yoga. And I do that 3 times a week. So it's basically like 3 hours of exercise, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just feel great. I'm just,
Where did the shift happen? I know like I'm sober now. I got sober about 5 years ago, and that's where I started getting healthier with everything, but that's where it had to start for me. But it also came because I hit a real low point in life. So was it something that you gradually came into, or did you hit like a low point where you saw like
no, I think
gradually
I was moving that way anyway. It started with meditation because obviously, and then like every once in a while you'd have a cigarette. So I stopped doing that. I don't even drink as much anymore now. I just, all through that meditation, it's just like you're doing all these great things for your body. Why not continue to do great things? You continue to eat healthy. The yoga practice is on the mat, but the real growth comes when you take your yoga practice off the mat and apply it in your everyday life, and just make good decisions. Just make good decisions. The thing. You think you're invincible when you're younger. You think,
sure.
but I've just lost a lot of friends, and if I don't take care of myself and I don't start exercising extreme self-care, as I like to call it. You know, I mean, we know what happens. I've done enough damage to myself over the years. Why don't I try loving myself for once? Why don't I try loving myself? And it's interesting that, you know, when you do that, all these other things happen, all these other possibilities happen. You know, because, you know, I spent my life probably chasing people who probably didn't love me either. You know, but when you love yourself, you know, you no longer do that.
You kind of attract love, and you're able to accept
Well, yeah,
it.
but I no longer need any of those things. I mean, I like who I am. I like this guy. I like what I've become, and you know, you know, you think you're supposed to behave a certain way, being a comedian or whatever, you know, but that's not really the case. I guess I just outgrew some things.
Sure.
But I like this new, you know, thing, you know. Like they say, you know, I got a little lost along the way, but the good news is I'm way ahead of schedule.
How do you keep up with your you know, it's like self-care and yoga when you travel? Are you still on the road? And if so, like what do you do?
Well, you know, I'll put a towel down on the hotel room floor, and I'll do some of the things. Obviously, it's not hot yoga, but really the thing I really love is the meditation.
Yeah.
And that I can just dial up a meditation on my cell phone and sit there on the foot of my bed if I have to, or I can just sit on the floor and just go through that meditation. It's the meditation is the meditation is what's transformative for me.
How long is your meditation? Like, what is your normal?
Well, it's like an hour and a half. It's an hour and a
Holy
half.
shit, Jimmy! That's That's like being in a coma. That's awesome.
No, but it goes with Raja. I mean, the Raja is the royal yoga. But I mean, as soon as you get into the class, you start. I mean,
Okay.
That's what I love about it. It's a guided meditation with yoga in a hot room. I mean, it's phenomenal, man. I mean,
I really thought you were going to say like 10, 15 minutes, an hour and a half.
On the
That's
road,
spectacular.
yeah, on the road, 10 or 15 minutes for
Okay.
sure. You know, on the road for 10 or 15 minutes, but in you know, when I'm doing it in the class, when you're at the school and you're practicing your yoga, it's great. And I just feel it just opens up my whole body. It opens up my mind. It opens up my soul. It's really, if people think you get more flexible when you get yoga, well, it also makes your brain more flexible, makes your mind more flexible,
Sure.
makes your spirit more flexible as well. So it's all good stuff. And once you start doing all this work, you know, and you start seeing results, then it makes you want to commit to it and do more of it, you know.
Yeah, I've had friends that used it to use meditation to deal with pain management. I had a friend with cancer. They used it during her cancer treatment, as opposed to cancer medication for a while when she could. And like I got into meditation when I had migraines really badly, and I'd gone to my doctor until it was like time for like more pills, and I didn't want to take more pills, so I went the Eastern route and had this Chinese doctor, you know, talk to me about acupuncture and meditation. And
How's that work?
I haven't had a migraine in 2 years, and it's because she got me into like breathing meditations and different types of box breathing and things like that.
Well,
and,
that's what they say. They say the person that controls their breathing controls their life. You know, my sister-in-law, same thing, had migraines, and she started meditating. And then I turned her on to this. My brother I live in Delray Beach, Florida. My brother has a place in Palm Beach Gardens. He has a winter home there, but my whole family uses it, so I get to see my family more down. But when they're down, they come to yoga. They love it. My nieces come down. My sister-in-law has the same problem. She has migraines, and they use it. But the one of the body's best resources is that deep breathing. It allows the body to heal itself. It really does allow the body to heal itself. It allows it. You know, some people sit there. It's like sometimes I got my Apple Watch on, and like I'm sitting on the couch, and you forget. And it goes, breathe. I breathe. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, and it's so that's kind of cool. But I just love the deep breathing and the sweating. I mean, the toxins that come out of your body. I mean, I'm drenched. I have 2 towels down on my yoga mat, and I have another one for my face. And the shirt I'm wearing and my bathing suit that I wear in class, it's just soaking wet. I mean, but that's great. I mean, you have to make sure you drink plenty of water and replenish your electrolytes. I find myself when I do those kinds of things that I have to take a lot more minerals because your body sweats those minerals out. Minerals are great for meditation and stuff like that. So not so much the vitamins, but the minerals that your body will deplete from. So you have to replenish yourself. But I find it to be really just, man, I didn't know. You know, it's funny. I had to move to Florida so I could afford to be in California because I never took a yoga class in my fucking life in Los Angeles. And, you know, but now I'm working with a trainer 3 days a week. I'll train with my buddy who's a bodybuilder. Not that I'm going that route, but, and then the yoga, and combined with the yoga, it's been fantastic. It's been, you know, I mean, you know, I have the time to do it because, you know, obviously, you know, the gigs aren't like they were before, you know.
Seeing what's happening, yeah, we'll see.
A little
We'll see
more,
what happens.
little more time to, a little more time
But
to.
isn't that nice too? Like as a comic, like I don't know, you spent. I was on
Yeah,
the road
I
for
mean,
20 years, not
because-
thinking if we ever got off the road, I'm gonna die, and then we get off the road, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'll be
Yeah, but
fine.
you know
I'm
what's-
fine. Yeah.
You know what's interesting is you're right. It's been nice to not do it. I've talked to some guys who are done doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like, that's enough. I'm done. You know, that, I mean, you know, I'm still going to do it. I'm just going to do it on my terms now.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, I like, you know, but I just like this new vibe in my life. I just feel so centered for like the first time in my life in a long time ago. I feel like, I mean, you know, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not going to run after anybody. I'm going to chase down any managers or agents or do any of that shit. I'm not worried about auditioning. Although I haven't not had an audition in 4 years. In the last 3 weeks, I've had 4 big auditions.
Wow.
And basically, so again, not attracting it, but attracting it, not going after, but attracting it by doing good work. You know, I mean, I would still love to be able to, you know, do work on some project. I just booked a movie today. A buddy of mine, Rick D'Elia, who know, Rick wrote a movie, and Russell Peters is going to be in it. Jamie Kennedy's going to be in it. But we were just talking on the phone about the dates and when they're going to need me and all that stuff. So that's all good. But yeah, I'm going to continue to do that stuff and continue to do my stand-up. But I'm just going to do it. Like, I mean, really, I live in Florida. My bills are fucking half of what they were.
Don't even. I'm gonna get jealous of Florida now. I'm still in LA.
Gas is $3 a gallon.
Oh,
There's
shut up.
Shitload of fucking work down here. You got the islands. I mean,
Is there pickleball where you're at? You got pickleball? I got really into pickleball this year.
Did you really?
Yeah, me and my wife got me into pickleball, and I guess I was doing it on cruise ships before, but yeah, really into pickleball. So, and I know in Florida, it's you can't throw a rock without hitting someone.
Yeah. I can't go in the sun. I have no pigment. All right, I will burst into flames.
I don't know if you can see me, but yeah, I got big hats.
I need a freaking an SPF 250. You know, really squeeze the tube and a long sleeve turtleneck pops out, and then Bubble Boy can venture into the sun. Look, we all have our superpowers. Laying in the sun is not one of mine. The sun is the Green Goblin to my Spider-Man. It's not, you know, I have to be very careful.
It's time for 5 quick questions.
I have to ask you 5 quick questions because it's part of this podcast. Have to do it.
Okay.
There's some celebrities that swear by yoga, and there's some celebrities that swear by marijuana. All you have to do is tell me if this celebrity swears by yoga or marijuana.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1. Jennifer Aniston. Does she swear by
Yoga.
Wow, that was fast. Yes, you were correct. Jennifer Aniston swears by yoga. She does hatha yoga. Do you know what that is? Hatha?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's more like a workout, kind of like a yoga. It's also has meditative aspect, but I think it's more like build like a kind of a the positions are more difficult. I think there's vinyasa. There's a lot of different kinds, but hatha yoga is. I think it's more of a workout.
Like strength, like power yoga.
Yes,
whatever.
exactly.
I got some Peloton yoga. I only know the Peloton terms. Like there's power yoga, slow flow. I stay with basics.
The great thing about yoga is because you're stretching your muscles while you're working your muscle. The real strength of the muscle comes from the muscle's flexibility. So when you know you can bulk up and build muscle, but you have to then stretch the muscles out, which is why I do the workouts first and then do the stretching out, because if the muscle is flexible, it's strong.
Number two, Madonna.
Yoga.
Yes, you were correct. Oh my God, you're nailing these.
I can tell by her physique.
She does have yoga arms. Yeah, she has yoga arms.
Yoga arms. That's a sign of someone who does yoga. They have very long muscles because the muscles are very lengthy. But I can tell. You can tell by her physique. She does yoga.
potheads have different arms than that. Okay. Number three. Number 3. Melissa Etheridge. Yoga or weed?
Ah, she swears by weed.
Oh, man, you're
She's
nailing these. That is correct.
Weed. Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's no reason that marijuana should be illegal. Marijuana is full of medicinal properties. I mean, I have to tell you something. I do the edibles, and I get 8 hours. Like without an edible, I won't get 8 hours. I love getting 8 hours. It's important for me to get 8 hours, especially after Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. After I do that 3-hour workout,
Right.
Like I'm in bed by 9:30. If I take an edible, I'll get the full 8 hours. You have to get 8 hours sleep.
You're like the third person this week that's told me the only way they get 8 hours is with an edible. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Crazy.
And the thing is that it is so important for you to get the 8 hours because your brain has to rebuild its memories. Your body needs to recover. You need the 8 hours, and you need to drink a ton of fucking water too. So these are the things. They're simple things. Get the 8 hours. I mean, I don't even watch television anymore. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in 2 years. I don't really watch TV. I'm not a TV watcher. I'll watch a movie. I will watch a DVD. I will watch something on Apple TV. I don't watch television. It's nothing but fucking rubbish. It's the enemy in your house. Why the fuck do you think they call it programming? Because you should have, how should I feel today, TV? Who should I be angry at today? We're all getting fucking played, by the way. We're all getting played by these fucking scumbags. It's not even, I would call yourself Fox does it on the right. This one does it on the left. They divide us. They want to divide Americans with these ideologies. And the fact is, they should be ashamed of themselves. Will the real last journalist please shut off the fucking light when you leave the press room? Because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I bet you fit in really well in Florida. Like, this is wonderful. Such a different Jimmy that I met 20 years ago. I love this.
No, but I just don't. Look, the truth is, literally, from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed, you're being lied to fucking constantly by fucking people. Like, oh, I need this medication for this ailment. No, you know what you need to do? You need to stop eating at McDonald's. You need to fucking plants. Plants are filled with medicine. Nature is so fucking smart because it put all the medicine in the plants, put all the medicine in the food. Fucking, chemotherapy is a $196 million fucking industry. But there's a fruit called soursop fruit. It's a tropical fruit, but if you eat that, it kills fucking cancer cells. And cherries convince cancer cells to commit suicide. If you eat healthy, if you eat good, that's the fucking medicine. The food is the fucking medicine. Every fucking commercial you see on television, you need this pill, you need that pill. No, fuck you, I don't.
Have you thought about being a life coach? You're really good at this.
Yeah, I would. If I was a life coach, I'd be the only one that used the whistle. Come on, Kristin Key, get your head out of your ass.
All right. Number four. Reeling you in. Number 4. Sting.
Reel me in.
Yoga or weed? Sting.
Yoga.
That is correct. He does vinyasa flow. Flow. A lot of sun
Vinyasa
salutations.
flow.
All right, number 5. This is the last one. And by the way, you've nailed this. This quiz has been nothing to you. You've batted it out of the way. Mandy Morh, weed or yoga?
I don't know who the fuck she is, but I'm gonna say weed.
You nailed it. You guessed and you got it correctly. She uses weed. She uses a cannabis creams and rubs them on her feet because she has foot pain from high heels. Mandy Morh is weed. You nailed it 5 for 5 on.
She could just get out of the fucking high heels and get a come from a fucking loafer, and you wouldn't have to smear that stuff on.
And now it's time for Rad Libs. It's Jimmy Shubert. I've written a story and I left out some parts of speech. If you give me those parts of speech, together we're going to make a hilarious story. Are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play.
Holy shit, here we go. Okay, this isn't a part of speech. It's just I need something you say when you're disappointed.
Fuck.
We're off to a really good start, by the way. All right, it's going to be a great story. I need a verb ending in ing.
Licking.
I am so happy you're my guest today. This is already so much fun. Plural noun.
Donuts.
Yes. Body part.
Index finger.
Ooh, very specific. Adjective.
Amazing.
Yes.
Is that actually an adjective?
Yeah. It describes a noun.
Yeah, okay.
An animal.
Giraffe.
An occupation.
milkman,
Ooh, don't see a lot of those anymore. A relative.
a nephew,
Okay, article of clothing.
sock,
A verb.
run,
Another body part.
my pectoral muscle,
Your pecs. Pectoral muscle. Increment of time.
a second.
Just a second. Okay. Something you exclaim.
I'm happy.
Aw, that's a great exclamation. A drug.
MDMA.
What is MDMA? Is that Molly?
Yes.
Oh, that's my wife's name. A verb ending in ing.
And like real Molly, she makes you euphoric, I'm sure.
She does. A verb ending in ing.
Eating,
An article of clothing.
underwear,
Got those. A verb.
see,
C. An adjective.
incredible.
Yes. All right, we have a story. We have a fantastic story written by Jimmy Shubert. The story is just called Bending Over Backwards for Yoga.
Bending over backwards for yoga.
That's right, written specifically for you.
You like my glasses?
I
these
actually
at a-
do. I like your glasses very much.
I got these at a Martin Scorsese garage sale. Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. They look very directorial. Bending over backwards for yoga. Does your workout routine leave you saying, fuck? When you do normal exercises like licking or lifting donuts, do you feel like something is missing? Well, I was feeling the same until I started practicing yoga. Through yoga, you can not only strengthen your body, but also your index finger. Here are a few easy tips to help you get started. Number 1, accept that your body is amazing. Some of the poses can seem intimidating at first, such as the downward giraffe or the milkman's nephew. At first, you may not be able to touch your nose to your sock, but yoga is just like Carnegie Hall. You have to run, run, run. Tip number 2, remember to breathe. In yoga, you must breathe from your pectoral muscle. Take a deep breath, hold it for a second, and then as you're releasing, say the word, I'm happy. Yeah, a few breaths like that and you'll swear you're high on MDMA. Number 3, wear comfortable clothes. You will be moving, bending, and eating, so wear something loose-fitting like underwear. The rest will take care of itself. As the wise yogi once taught me, the grasshopper will only see if it's incredible. Namaste.
There we go.
Well done, well done.
That was unbelievable.
Well, tell the listeners and viewers where they can find you and what you have coming up.
Well, my new special, Zero Tolerance, is available on my website on the Vimeo platform. So you can rent it for $3.99 or you can own it on Vimeo for $9.99. That's at jimmyshubert.com. Shubert is SHUBERT.com. It's spelled like the theater and not this with the C because it's a pet peeve. But Jimmy Shubert, I'm on Twitter, or Jimmy Shubert on Instagram, and Jimmy Shubert Comedian is my fan page on Facebook. All have a blue check mark, so that's how you know. But give me a follow. I post up real funny clips of stand-up all the time. So, it's like the daily dose of Hubie, and I'm like a little ray of sunshine. If you check it out, you'll have put a little smile on your face. How was that?
Well, thank you so much for doing the show today. Quick and easy.
It's so lovely to see you, Kristin. I'm so glad you're happy, and I was following your journey and stuff. But I'm so glad you're doing this. It was great to catch up with you, and thank you for having me on.
Interview complete. Preparing a sound bath to visualize Jimmy Shubert's destiny.
Aw, computer lady found inner peace. Aw. Well, thank you again, Jimmy Shubert, for coming on the podcast today. Guys, find him, follow him, friend him, and enjoy all of Jimmy's comedy. Thank you for watching or listening to this podcast. However you're listening or watching, please like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment or review. I'm Kristin Key. Go to my website, kristinkey.com. Find out where I'm going to be coming up. I've got some tour dates posted on there. Follow all my social media. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get a cameo. Join the Patreon. And that's all you gotta do. Each week I'll be bringing you another hilarious comedian. We'll chit chat, play 5 quick questions, do a rad lib, and then everybody goes home happy. So until next time, bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Krista